My name is Dan Vito, and this is a little video I made for my students at Fireborn Studios because some of them are going to be wanting to set up their own studios. And this video is on electric kilns, and hopefully it'll help you to get comfortable with the concept of having an electric kiln in your home. So here goes. All kilns are going to have some kind of factual information about how many amps and watts and so on, and maximum temperature. This is an old Dawson kiln city you see here. The kiln is a 1227, which means there's 12 bricks around and 27 inches high on the inside. It requires 240 volts. Its maximum temperature is 2300 degrees or cone 8. This is a different one. This is a 1227 kiln, which means there's 12 bricks around and 27 inches high on the inside. It doesn't say that, but I know it. It's 240 volts, 48 amps, single phase, and can reach cone 10, which is 2350 degrees Fahrenheit. So this would be a good large kiln, could be put in a residence. This kiln would not work for you. This is 208 volts, but it's three-phase, and you can't get three-phase in a typical home. It can fire to cone 10, but it's not going to work for you. So forget it. These are our two electric kilns. This one is a 1227, which means there are 12 bricks around the rim, and it's 27 inches high on the inside. However, a blank ring has been added, so that brings it up to a total of 31 inches. And this kiln is a 1027, which means there are 10 bricks around the outside, and the inside is 27 inches high. The lids are on hinges. The larger kiln uses half shells, which are 12-sided when they're put together. And the small kiln uses round shells, but you can also get half shells for this kiln. And just as an aside, that is a piece of cement board which could be used as insulation, and I typically keep it between the two kilns like so that the heat from this kiln does not spill over onto the control panel of that kiln. Now, these kilns have control panels. This is an L&L panel, and this is an Olympic panel, but they're essentially the same. They're pretty much all made by the same company. Below the kiln is something that comes by different names, but it's some kind of vent system which pulls air out of the bottom of the kiln and feeds it through a pipe. And at this elevation, it could actually exit through the wall using like a dryer vent for a typical home dryer. Mine happens to go all the way up to the ceiling and run over here to where I have an exhaust fan. And so when the exhaust fan is running and the vent underneath the kiln is running, the gases from inside of the kiln just exit the building right like that. And the contraption under the kiln, the vent under the kiln, maintains a negative pressure in the kiln. So down in the bottom you can see there are two holes drilled in the floor of the kiln, and that's where the air exits. And there are holes drilled in the top of the lid as well, so air can enter. Same with this kiln, there are holes in the lid and holes in the bottom. And this is how I turn on the exhaust fan that's up on the ceiling. I just plug it in, and there's a rheostat to control the speed. And you can see it's on now. Okay, I'm going to demonstrate how to use this. I turn the power on here with this little toggle switch. It says wait for a second, then it says program fire, and I want to use, that means recall some program over here, but I just want to use one of these pre-programmed things, and I'm going to use, I'm going to do a bisque, and I'm going to use this fast bisque preset. So fast BC, which means bisque. Looks like a 6, but it's supposed to be fast bisque. Enter. Cone 06, that's what I used last time. It brought it up again. That's what I want. Enter. Hold, no, I don't want to hold it. I will explain hold in a minute. Enter. So now it's showing that it's 115 degrees inside. It's going to use thermocouple 2 to sense the temperature. It's idle now, but when I press start, it's just going to start to fire. It's on. And that clicking is when the electricity comes through here and the relays open and close. Okay, so that's it. And it's firing away. I'm going to do it again. I'm going to turn this off. I'm going to turn it back on. It's another day. I want to do another firing. I press fast bisque. Enter. That's the correct cone. I confirm it. No hold. Fine. Enter. Start. Now we're going to talk about how to actually do the programming on this thing. And you don't really have to program it. You can program it, but you don't need to because it's got programs already in it. This is the on-off switch. So now the power's off. Now the power's on. So we've got 4 programs already installed: a slow bisque, a fast bisque, a slow glaze, and a fast glaze. You can use, for the bisque, either the slow or the fast, depending on how thick your pieces are or how damp they are. If there's moisture in the pieces, it can turn to steam at 212 degrees and cause your pieces to explode violently. This is what it does. It flashes here. It's idle. Thermocouple 2. This is the 109th firing of this kiln. So I'm going to get started here. Now it's on, and it's going to use whatever program was in there before. Now it's off, stop. Now I'm going to put in one of the programs. And I'm going to talk about these things down here. The delay, the preheat. But what about a delay? A delay means that it's not going to come on right away. It's going to come on in a few hours. So I don't like to fire both kilns at once. So if I'm going to fire 2 kilns, but I'm not going to be around to turn on the second one, I know that it takes about 12 hours to fire the bisque kiln. So I'm going to set this one on a 15-hour delay to make sure that the first kiln is off before this one starts. So I press delay, and I can set it for 15 hours, 1, 5, and that's 15 minutes, 0, 0, 15 hours. Enter. So now this kiln won't start for 15 hours. Now, let's say the pots are a little damp, which they shouldn't be. And so I want to slow down the beginning of the firing. I want to keep it below 212 degrees. And I want to just get a worm in there, keep it at a low temperature for a couple of hours. I can press preheat, and then I can put in how long I want it to stay below 212. So I'm going to make it 2 hours. Let's make it 2 hours and 15 minutes. 2 hours and 15 minutes. Okay, so that's good. So when I press start, this time it's going to delay 15 hours before it comes on, and then it's going to stay below 212 degrees for 2 hours and 15 minutes before it continues on up through the bisque cycle and completes the bisque. Press start and we're done. Now, if you're not sure if you got it right, there's a button here called Preview Program, and this flashes pretty quickly, but we're going to review it. Preview Program. Power's on, idling. Okay. Fast bisque. Enter. Cone 06, enter. Hold. At the end of the firing, I'm going to make it hold for an hour. 1, 0, 0. Enter. I'm going to do a preheat for 2 hours and 15 minutes. Enter. And I'm going to delay the start for 15 hours. Delay 1, 5, 0, 0. Enter. Okay, now I'm going to start it. So what we've got is a fast bisque with a 15-hour delay before it starts. Then it's going to preheat and keep the temperature below 212 degrees for 2 hours and 15 minutes. And we're going to review the program. I'm going to start it. It's on a 15-hour delay. Review the program. So I can't read it out loud as fast as it comes on, but you can see all the things that I programmed come on there. And we're going to do one more time. Preheat 2.5. Hold 1 hour. Delay 15 hours. We're going to look at it again. 06, 1828, 1828 degrees Fahrenheit is the temperature of cone 06. Okay, so that's all there is to it. And the other kill is slightly different, but not significantly. Like this button is down here, but that's like the only difference. Okay, just the location of the buttons. The way it works is the same way. These are all Bartlett kill sitters, and L&L just puts their name on it. The other one I bought from Olympic, but it's a Bartlett kill sitter. One more thing about firing is the space that you fire in. So this space has concrete block walls, but you don't need concrete block walls. You can have drywall. I've got about a foot between this kiln and the wall. That's all you need. I've got maybe a foot and a half between them, and so on. All you need is about a foot clearance between your kilns and the wall. But the wall should be drywall, or you could use cement board. But 2 sheets of drywall is perfectly fine on wooden studs, and you can vent right through the wall of your building. Ideally, you would have a window over here on the side above the kilns where you could put an exhaust fan and vent right out the window. And one other thing that you can do is, and that I suggest, is to build this little U-shaped room around your kiln. And then out here in front of the kiln, have a curtain, so that the heat that comes up off the kilns just rises naturally, and the curtain keeps it from floating out into your room, and it goes directly out your exhaust fan. Now, my curtain is kind of high, it's above my head, but I used to have like a shower curtain that I could pull closed, and the curtain would go all the way down to my waist, so that it would be very effective in keeping all the heat from the kilns contained and helping me get it out the window. Because when you're firing, there's a certain amount of unpleasant odor and heat that you'll most likely want to get rid of, except in the winter when you're going to actually want to capture some of that heat. So after the kill's fired, you can close your windows, turn off the fan, and let some of that heat heat your house.